the potential of causing flooding, disruption of general traffic and basic services. Certain parts of the country also experience cloudy weather, widespread showers and thunder showers. Why, though? Let's bring in the lady that is in the know, SABC News meteorologist Kumsa Masizana. She joins us now live. Kumsa, thank you very much indeed for your time.
Good morning to you, Blaine, and your agenda viewers.
Now, the common refrain in my house: why is it so cold? Tell us, Kumsa. Why am I using long johns and a gown in the middle of December?
This what everyone wants to know, Blaine. And I also had my electric blanket on just last night, so winter isn't completely over yet. So what's currently happening is, this is very common at this time of the year. We're having the tropical systems shifting southwards. And we also do have a continental low pressure system that's drawing in all this moisture over the central and the eastern parts of the country. But in the past few days, we've seen most parts of South Africa receive some rainfall. So tropical moisture tends to persist for a very long time. It does look like for the next 5 to 7 days, it is going to be a wet day, 7 days for the rest of the country for the next 7 days.
Okay, so talk to us about the forecast for the rest of December as well. Any warm weather on the horizon?
Okay, so we can start with the seasonal forecast, which is indicating that it is going to be there's going to be above normal rainfall over the central and the eastern parts of the country for the season. That's December going into February. But for the next 7 days, it looks like this tropical moisture is going to persist up until the next 7 days, where it will be mostly scattered to widespread in places of Limpopo, Mpumalanga, as well as KwaZulu-Natal. But for now, currently, it is mostly raining over the central interior. We are monitoring areas such as the Free State Province, the Northern Cape, as well as the northern interior of the Eastern Cape. But for the next 7 days, still some isolated to scattered showers and thunder showers. And then on Wednesday, we are going to see some clearing over the central interior. That's the Free State and the Northwest. Meanwhile, the rain is still going to persist in the east up until next week, Sunday.
What's the read on the amount of rain that has fallen over the past couple of weeks?
Okay, so we've received some good rainfall amounts these past few weeks. Just looking at the past 7 days, we did get some good rainfall in Centurion on Thursday morning. It was in the early hours of Thursday where it reported about 47 millimeters of rain, which also did result in some localized flooding as well as road flooding in the Centurion area. And then on Friday, we saw about 86 millimeters of rain in places of the Lowveld. That's areas of Thohoyandou as well as Louis Trichardt, which reported about 86 millimeters of rain. Then yesterday, we did have some very slow-moving thunderstorms over the Northern Cape, which also did result in some good rainfall, some much welcome rainfall actually over the Namakwa district, which has been drought-stricken for a very long time. We saw areas such as Kuruman receive about 51 millimeters of rain. So those areas are still forecasting some rain for today going into Tuesday. So we have been getting some good rainfall amounts. Anything over 50 millimeters of rain is quite significant for us to issue out a warning for some disruptive rain. And because of these persistent rains, any rainfall that actually accumulates on top of the rainfall that rained in the past few days also results in some localized flooding. So those areas, especially the eastern parts of the country, we are closely monitoring as they've been getting a lot of rainfall in the past few days.
And look, there is a specific criterion that the South African Weather Services use in order to determine certain aspects of weather, like a heat wave. Talk to us about that, because when I first spoke to you, you said, "No, this is pretty common in terms of the rainfalls around this time." Help us understand the weather phenomena that occurs here in South Africa, that we shouldn't be shocked every year.
So at this time of the year, we normally have our summer systems being more dominant, bringing some thunderstorms over the central and the eastern parts of the country. So it is very normal for us to receive this kind of rain. We do also have some tropical moisture that likes to mostly dominate over the northeastern provinces, where those areas during the winter season hardly get any rainfall. So because we've been receiving so much rainfall these past 2 to 3 weeks, we've been getting a lot of significant rainfall. We haven't actually reached a lot of very hot temperatures. So during the summer season, we usually expect those thunderstorms, usually afternoon into late evening thunderstorms over the central and the eastern parts of the country, as well as very hot temperatures where heat waves are also possible. So with all of this cooling and the rainfall that's been happening, we haven't received any heat waves thus far, just some wet and cold conditions over most parts of the country.
You've been a great help to ease the minds of many, especially planning for the festive season. Thank you very much indeed, Kumsa. We'll no doubt get a full forecast bulletin a little later on. Be well.
Thank you very much, Blaine.
All right, that was Kumsa Masizana, SABC News meteorologist. I'm surprised I got the pronunciation of meteorologist, one of my words that always catches me out.